Oh, right. Well, hopefully I got everything fixed. I checked some of the stuff on the thing, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Um, my plan is to go ahead and finish the mission. I do know that the recordings did keep the audio, so I can at least do that and use that to edit and post this on YouTube and stuff like that, and it should be fine there. Yeah, so by the way, it was really neat seeing that the multi-stream function on Streamlabs works. Because it let me see that someone was saying something and where they were saying it. Golly, I really have to make this game. I haven't memorized the code for that, and it's not even like a thought thing. It's just like I just typing it. Awesome, fantastic! It's great to hear that it's working. So one interesting thing about the way they did this game is they actually made it so that way if you wait to get Liara until later on in the game, she'll talk about she's like, "Are you real? I've been trapped in here so long. How do I know that you're actually real?" Like she talks about the fact that she really thought she was going crazy
Oh,
because she
how
was
did you get in
isolated for
here?
so long.
I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We have to get you out of here before more Geth arrive.
Yes, you're right. I've seen enough of them to last a lifetime. That button should shut down my containment field.
What button? They're all buttons. That's what I thought of when I first saw that.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on! I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Saren's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert. He probably wants you to help him find it.
The conduit, but I don't know.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining closure must have triggered a seismic event. We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
One thing I
He
don't
needs
like
to move faster.
about this is that you select something and it's not quite the same. You know, we need to get out of here. It's like, but we need to go. Instead, it almost sounds like he's being kind of rude to Joker.
Surrender. Or don't. That would be more fun.
This is one of my favorite moments in the series because whoever wrote this part is a fan of Star Trek and referenced Star Trek 4 or Star Trek 3, Search for Spock.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her, and he always gets what he wants. Kill him. Spare the Asari if you can. Not, doesn't matter.
So, in a lot of ways, leaving max level play on casual is ridiculous. I am mowing these guys down. But as I said, I am doing this to show the story, not to show off how good or how terrible I am at playing this game.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
How old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours. But among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines. The Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
Okay, this isn't helping us find Saren or the conduit.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
An interesting fact is she talked about how important it'd be to find a working beacon. And sorry, I'm getting tired. But they talked about how important it was to even a damaged beacon, and the reasons because how much you could learn from it. I always thought that was kind of interesting that she stated that. Well, later on, it comes out a little bit about some stuff about that. But yeah, if anyone had one, it'd be a massive help to their advancement.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate? Or slept? Dr. Chakwas should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
I hate the council.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
To be fair, Sparatus is correct. If you do not know Liara, having the daughter of a potential enemy, or in this case an enemy, on board your ship, that is an unknown quantity, is a bad idea. So he does have he makes a fair point.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
I always found the holograms kind of interesting because the way that it's done, you can actually see the design elements for making a face. I don't remember if it's maybe in a later game or it was in the original before they updated the graphics. Sometimes you'd see like the teeth. It's very obvious where the eyes are when they shift, how they shift and stuff. I always thought that was really, really neat that they did it that way. So, let's see. Okay, so I have finished this mission, which was the goal tonight. So I will go and stop here. If my mind will show me how to save. Oh, right. So I hope that you have a great night. I hope you're enjoying the series. Right now, the kind of the raw footage of what you're seeing right now is being posted on YouTube. But I am going to make a story-oriented one where it shows gameplay, and then it'll go through the story on YouTube at some point. I'm going to make a big cut of that. I know other people have done it, but it's something I am going to do. I'm not going to, I mentioned Exodus before, and I am going to play that game, and I do hope to be able to stream that game as I'm playing it. But I'm going to try not to do too many spoilers on it or learn anything too much about it. Because I don't want to spoil anything for myself, because I've done that before. Namely, when Alien Resurrection was coming out, I followed all the information about it. I was watching interviews, and I watched an interview and had a spoiler happen because the actress didn't think about what she was saying. So pretty much the only thing I am going to watch are the little shorts that are voiced by Matthew McConaughey that he does. I do have So they've done a lot of world building already with Exodus. There is, excuse me, a tabletop RPG. I do have that book, and I have the book Archimedes Engines, I think is what it's called, Artemis Engines, something like that. I have that. I haven't read it yet, partly because I'm trying to figure out when the game comes out. That way, I can do that before the game comes out. That way, I'm a little bit more in. I know more about the actual official lore without it ruining anything for me for the actual game. Hang on 1 second. I actually have something for this. That did not work. Let's see. Nope, that didn't work. Maybe starting? Nope. I'll stop playing with that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read those books and stuff, and I'm going to hit that game as soon as it comes out, try and hit it with the ground running. But yeah, probably at some point I am going to start going into the Alien RPG on this channel because the Alien RPG is a series, or the Alien series is very near and dear to my heart. I've been a fan of it forever. The Alien RPG, I absolutely love the gameplay for it. I love the lore. I love listening to people play the game. I think it's Unmade Gaming Plays. They've got the Dotverse on there, where it's the game mother. Her name's Dot, and she does the stuff, fantastic characters stuff. That's what really got me interested in figuring out my own stories for it, to generate my own stories for it. And I've generated a few, um, but I really can't wait to start sharing that with y'all. I know that it's a small base right now, but it doesn't matter. I will get to share something I love with everyone else, and y'all decide if y'all want to learn about it. Well, I'm going to go